Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. It's week 77, and these are the games our diggers have for us today. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply head on over to the Patreon page linked in the video description. Now without further ado, let's begin. First up, Matan Hirschberg and Scott Percival had a failed team dig. DOSGAMES /arcade2 /hmetal. It's kind of sad that this failed, because this looked like it might have been interesting, except, well, EGA VGA. Activate joystick, that would be a no. Disk error, even worse. Retry? Eh boy. Nope, and there's the Tandy mode result. Yeah, this game doesn't work. Oh well, failed dig. Failed team dig, no less. Well, we'll see where we go from here. So, Matan Hirschberg's successful dig is DOSGAMES /arcade2 /KIDNAP. Let's see if this one goes any better. 22 files, mostly DF1 files. So probably some kind of shareware, I'm guessing. We just have the one executable, so KIDNAP. Oh, this is going by really quick. Dr. Stephen Jones has been kidnapped by the evil Dr. Deitnich. You, Sergeant Duffy, must rescue Dr. Jones from Deitnich's Iron Island fortress. Control your space plane with the arrow keys. Escape quits. Okay, I'm gonna guess right now that the cycles are way too high, so let's turn that down a bit. Okay, so Sergeant Duffy and the Kidnapped Scientist. Public domain by Jeremy Thielen? Jeremy Thielen, version 2.0. Okay. So I'm using the arrow keys to control. I'm going to guess that I probably shouldn't touch those canyon walls. Now it says arrow keys to move, but I actually can't go up and down. I can only go left and right. And I'm just guessing, but I probably shouldn't touch those things either. So far this is basically just a dodge stuff game. You know, fair enough. Whoops. Touched the edge of the spike there. Okay, so replay level. Looking at the way the graphics are done, it almost kind of looks like there's just a whole bunch of different sprites that are repeated on a sort of tile map or something. At least that's the way it seems to me. Yep, you can't touch those little mountainous things in the water. This is really temperamental about what you can hit and what you can't. Let's try going on the left side, because I've been having some bad luck on the right side so far. Oh yeah, that's way easier than the right side. Okay, so we're back to the spike area. Ooh, glad I didn't take the left path. That's a dead end there. So I guess as far as everything is concerned, the game works. But it's not very fun. Because all you're doing is repeating the same things over and over again until you get it right. Okay, so it looks like I'm about to reach the end here. Seeing the near impossibility of rescuing Dr. Jones in the spaceplane, Duffy lands and must attempt to rescue Dr. Jones on foot. So we actually have totally different gameplay now from the looks of it. Control is the jump key and arrows to move. Huh. So how good is the jump? Well, I can't jump from there. Okay. No fall damage. Good. Okay, so the jump size is actually pretty decent. So this is actually kind of interesting that the game actually has multiple different styles of gameplay inside it. You don't see that very often for a freeware game. Okay, so it looks like I made it through that on my first try. So, let's see. Congratulations, you rescued Dr. Jones and escaped safely. Is that it? That's seriously it? that is seriously it. That is a very short game. And yeah, 1993, according to these file dates. Okay, so that was Sergeant Duffy and the Kidnapped Scientist. Very short game, has two different styles of gameplay in it. You can literally beat it in like 2 minutes once you know, 2 or 3 minutes once you know what you're doing. I guess there's not much more to say about that. I guess the only thing really is that the controls do work. They're not very responsive, but you know, I've played worse. Yeah, very brief game. That's all I gotta say about it, really. And then moving on to Scott Percival's successful dig, we have DOSGAMES /arcade /burners. Probably doesn't have anything to do with science class. There is a doc file, it's fairly big. Let's type the file ID instead. Trail burners. Okay. Multiplayer arcade game where you burn a trail around the screen and dodge other trails. Ports up to 4 players, although it can be awkward with like that. As well as 25 or so computers. Holy jeez. So I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be something like Tron then. Like Tron Light. That is the worst sound ever. Holy jeez. Okay. Apparently done by, Dom... That's hard to read vertically. Dom Early in 1991. Please support Shareware by contributing now. I don't feel like it with this sound going on right now. At least it was a nice, crispy explosion effect. Entering keys for player 0. Up, down, left, right. Chicken. How is chicken a key? Press return to continue entering keys. Or press any other key to not enter more keys. So I guess that was in case you wanted to have more than one player going. Set levels using cursor keys. So what am I actually setting here? I guess like... I don't know. Let's leave it on defaults. What's the help screen say? The help screen prints to the side. What? How do you make a mistake like that? Like maybe it's an emulation issue, but I've never seen DOSBox screw up the text position before. That's very weird. Especially considering the text positions are working fine in here, so I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, let's just start the game and see what happens. Whoa! Ah! The sound is even worse! Also, that was going really fast. Let me see if turning this down helps. Oh, that actually makes it faster. Okay, so we'll go way up like this. That's the worst sound. I'm gonna turn the sound down for those of you watching, but I'm telling you right now, this is not pleasant. Look at how accurate the computer can move their trails. It's kind of cheaty when you think about it. So here's the inherent problem with Tron light cycle type games, is that when you have a playfield this big, it doesn't matter how many players you have, ultimately, you can see it happening right up the top with the computer player right now. Yeah. Ultimately, you're your own enemy in these kinds of games. So, yeah. That was Burners. I think I've played enough of this already. It's basically a Tron Light Cycles clone, but not a very good one, especially given that horrendous tone that it plays over the PC speaker. I don't feel like playing more of this. And finishing everything off today, Matthew Belshins dug up DOSGAMES /cards /ERCRACKO. Part of me's thinking, like, maybe some kind of, I don't know, like ER, like emergency room, and Cracko, like a gangster, so emergency room gangsters of some sort. I don't know what to expect here. These file names are weird sometimes. Anyways, there is a README, but it's kind of long, so let's just go into it. Okay, we got mouse control. And some black and white graphics. Number of players. There's not a one-player option, so that's kind of annoying. I will be me. If correct, press the left mouse button. Really? Player 2, enter your name. Someone else. Choose a card from the stack or the discard pile. Where's the discard pile? I'll choose the 20th. Okay, you couldn't choose this stuff. You had to choose, like, from these rack 0 things? Oh, rack O. So it's like ERCRACKO? I haven't even seen a name for this game yet. Select card to put on discard pile. Press left button for next. I am so confused. Okay, maybe I should read the README for this. Okay, so this is a very basic game when it comes down to it. Basically, you can choose a card here. Select card to put on the discard pile. Or you can choose a card here. Put a card there instead. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to order your cards from highest to lowest. Or lowest to highest or something like that. And the opponent's trying to do the same thing, and you on your turn, you basically discard a card. But it's very unintuitive the way this is working, because you don't see the result of what you're trying to do. Okay, so I finally figured out that this is like a stack of cards right here, and this is a discard pile. So when you pick a card from here, it'll actually tell you what card number it is, and you got to figure out where you want to put that. And then whatever card you decide to pick out of here is going to go on top of the discard pile. So if we pick this card here, there's going to be a 16 on top of the discard pile now. Now, the other players, when they see that, they can either decide to take that 16 and say put it up there. And now the discard pile's back down to where it was before. Or you can choose a card from the stack. So I kind of get where it's going with this, but this isn't done, like, I guess it works, but it doesn't feel very intuitive the way this is working. Like, I mean, with a typical card game, you'd think, oh, well, drag and drop. But that just makes you pick things. I guess all things considered, this isn't terrible, but this is the kind of game where you really should have had an AI opponent to play against. There's not really this isn't very complicated. There's not much of a reason not to have an AI player to play against. Making a multiplayer only does limit your audience. Like, I mean, I know making an AI for a game can be intimidating, but for something like this, it really does just come down to trial and error. You just do it until it works. That's actually the advice I give anybody who wants to put an AI together, is just do it until it works. The way you go about that is you make your basic AI, like you make it at the very basic level, and then you watch it play. And if it does something you don't want it to do, you just program it to not do that. And then you just keep on adding to it as it continues to do things you don't want it to do until it gets to the point where it's actually playing pretty well. Yeah, I'm not having fun with this. So that was ERCRACKO. It's actually ERCRACKO. And apparently there's actually a board game called Racko as well, which is the same basic principle. Again, I don't really like this, but I guess there's probably some people out there who do. Like, I mean, it got made into an official game of sorts, but this is just a very quick sort of clone of that, and it's, yeah. If it had AI to play against, maybe then, but as it stands being multiplayer only, I can't see myself recommending this.